Hello everyone! Today we're gonna play that daily event, and hopefully I will be able to walk you through my thinking, and if that's successful I will perhaps win some games and have fun, and I hope you will too. So we get right into it. I won the roll and I'm going to start. So this hand is Mulligan, Force of Will and Snapcaster Mage. That's not really enough. So this hand, if you play against the control slash mid-range deck, I think it's okay, since we had the aggressive start with the Mystic and perhaps swords on there, Deathrite Shaman or what have you, and a Wasteland to follow it up. So I don't think we can afford a mulligan. It's bad if we face combo, obviously, but I think we have to take a chance here. So I'm gonna lead with the Delta, and let's see what he does. No fetch. So here I can slam the Mystic and ride it to victory. I think that's our best chance. I don't play around Stifled here. Perhaps I should have, but I don't think that many decks play it. So instead of cracking the fetch, I could draw a card like Brainstorm and use that to shuffle away the swords if they're bad. So we go for Batterskull. Now you can see if they play around Wasteland, we can hardcast Batterskull with our lands, and if they don't, like fetching the Badlands, playing the Badlands there and fetching a Bayou, we can just punish them. So if you have Abrupt Decay, it's kind of bad, but so what do we do here? I think Batterskull, hardcasting Batterskull is too far away. I think we have to resolve Jace, and unless we draw a second blue source we can't play him, so I'm gonna lead with the Wasteland on the Bayou here. The red is for Bloodbeard Elf and Lightning Bolt, and we don't really care about any of those at the moment. The green is for Tarmogoyf for Deathrite and stuff like that. So even though we have the Swords of Plowshares, he can like cable therapy us and get rid of them, and then follow it up with Deathrite Shaman, and then we are perhaps just dead. So as long as they don't pressure us, I'll happily draw go, because I have Jace, and hopefully they will not have something like that. Perhaps Liliana the Veil. But okay, so him. Never a good card when you're on the mulligan. Right, so what do we do here? This is kind of tough, actually. Snapcaster and swords, they're good if his follow-up now is a creature. I'm not sure if that is the follow-up. I think we play Wasteland and just pass the turn. If he plays Liliana, we can flash Snapcaster in and kill it. Oh wait, we already have one sword, so I'm gonna continue my plan. Destroying his land. Dark Confidence, that my friend will die. Yes. Great, so now we still have the option of Snapcast or Brainstorm. Unless he plays Liliana, I won't flash it in, since it will have use later when we draw Brainstorm, perhaps. Alright. So 2 hymns, no? 1 hymn, 1 abrupt, and 2 confidence. So that's, oh, how unfortunate. The John deck is just a bunch of powerful cards. Yeah, this deck too. So I'm quite happy getting rid of those 2 confidence. And that one I will have to take care of shortly. Not good. Right. So what's our plan here? Not Braille. Sure. Deathridge. So the plan here is to resolve Batterskull and stall our game until Jace or Lingering Souls can kill him. It's not a good plan since he has Dark Confident and a significant board pressure. So yeah, he can use the Shaman to pump this by removing. Do we have something in the graveyard? Where is my graveyard? Yeah, a Mystic. So I'll happily trade for the Elf. Land merchants. Okay, so Fate Sealing is no points, and bouncing Dark Confident is not that bad, but I think we need to dig for something and get rid of our bad cards. Right. Oh, some rent going on. And you might wonder why I put both discard away. I feel I have to just stall out the game with Batterskull and maybe Jita later on, and I don't have mana to. Oh, that's unfortunate. To use discard. So I was supposed to fetch end of turn, play Mystic, perhaps find Snapcast or kill some of his dudes. When you're that far behind, you have to. You can't play around stuff like discard. I don't think. I can't see myself winning from this position. So unless he flashes something really odd of Dark Confidence. I'm not really sure why we play all these cards. I mean, I could have a Supreme Verdict somewhere in my 60. He doesn't know that I don't, so yeah. Playing service maybe? Sure. I think we can burn us out 6 and attack, so we get one more turn. And Batter Skull. Yeah, perhaps Batter Skull is better. Suppose he has some Liliana of the Veil now. I'd rather have Lingering Souls, I think. So I can attack him and hope he dies to Dark Confidant, or not shoot me with those, gain life instead. So, he could have Abrupt Decay, whatever. Liliana, Abrupt, yeah. Anything, really. Lightning Bolt. So, we are dead. Shoots us with the Shamans and bolts us. Yeah, or kill damage. Alright. I'm not that surprised how the game turned out. We had a mulligan and we killed the 2 first mobs and he ripped the 3rd one. So that should happen, so to speak. Post-board we have an excellent Parish, and I hope he continue to play like that, just throwing cards at us. Thoughts is a bad top deck. Force of Will is 2 for 1, so gladly take that out. Explosives kills the Shamans. Confidence. Sword is good. He plays a lot of discard, so, and it's also protection against his deck, so it's obviously good. Click is not that good, but we can cycle the Bloodbraid Elf. That's about the only card that trades equally on value with that card, and also carries equipment. He doesn't have that many flyers, I think none actually, so take those in and we can remove. Take counterspell maybe. Yeah, I don't want to be. I feel like I'm behind on board most of the time since he has Deathrite Shaman, so we can't afford to sit back and counter stuff. Yep. I'm going to play again. We only have 2 lands and nothing really that good. I suppose it's a keep anyway. I mean, we have 2 lands and 2 Jays, so we can assume he discard one of them. We draw land in 2 turns and play Souls, follow it up with Jays. So. I don't want to give it away that we have a Wasteland, so play the fetch, not fetching. Wasteland. So we could fetch and play Jitta. Not sure how I feel about that. I don't think he has any Wastelands. At least we didn't see any. So blue-white, Tundra and Jitta. I mean, he could decay it, but I'm fine with that. As long as he don't play Confidant on his turn, I'm happy. And we had the Snapcaster in the turn equip Jitta play too. Not that strong, but strong enough. So I want to brainstorm, find that source and land, and we do that. So what do we do here? I'm gonna fetch this turn, so the cards I put down will be cards I shuffle away. Click on one Jace, perhaps. Yeah, I like that play. Click is not that good right now. So now we can fetch a scrubland. Or, wait. Do we want to flashback Living Souls? Do we want to play Jace? I think we have to fetch a scrubland, since Perish is a really good card against this deck. And the double blue is only used for Jace and click, and we just shuffle a click away. So, I think we do it this way. Right. And we can also snapcast our swords again if he plays another one. I just love me some brainstorm when he play card like that, since he can't assume we don't have the card he just discarded. So often it's the correct play to go for the brainstorm, and that's fine. I mean, we can draw another one. So what do we do here? I'm gonna slam this. There's no need to wait, and Snapcaster is best used for flashbacking Swords to Plowshares. So either he attacks our hand now, or he attacks our board. Did nothing. Oh, interesting. So what do we do here? Assume he has Abrupt Decay. There's no point equipping here. Let's attack first. And brainstorm to find a land. Little pause there. Perhaps he has Pyroblast and saves it for our Jace. So what we can do here is to just put those back and go to town with these. Yeah, I like that play. He didn't play anything in his turn, so I assume he has something defensive like Lightning Bolt, Abrupt Decay, Pyroblast. I'd rather risk Snapcaster running into Pyroblast. I put this back first, then this, and I played Delta. So I'm gonna play the Mystic here. If you have Maelstrom Pulse, I don't want to play my souls just yet. So I think Batterskull. That forces him to use the Abrupt Decay on Stoneforge Mystic, and we can safely equip Jita. So maybe he plays Abrupt Decay on Jita end of turn and saves another one for Stoneforge Mystic. Even if he does, that's a most non-effective way of getting rid of Abrupt Decay. Playing Swords of Feast and Famine, equipping it on a Spirit, and then have it Abrupt Decayed is not my idea of good tempo. If he taps out for Bloodbraid Elf, we can always draw the Snapcaster Mage we put on top and kill it and equip one of our souls to go to town. Now he has 5 mana, so I'm not so inclined to do that play if he bolts in response. I mean, right now we don't really have to do anything more than put pressure with souls, play another one maybe. He's on the back foot, so... Right. Yeah. 2 red sources. This is tough. What we can do is draw the Snapcast and play it his end of turn to just drag it out, the Pyroblast I assume he is having, but he can have 2, I mean, no, there's no point doing that. Fetches a lot of basics. Anything I have to play around? Choke maybe? By having Scrubland and Wasteland, I think I'll be fine. So. Right. we can safely assume he doesn't have any surgical extractions or stuff like that, since he would have used it in this. We want our blue mana, so if you draw some kind of wasteland, we want to waste this. It's actually hard to come back from souls. It doesn't have any kind of sweeper, engineer plague, stuff like that. Shaman, okay. Tormogorth too. Jit, okay. That's fine by me. So I'm gonna be mana effective here and just sort it. Yeah, like I talked about earlier, I don't want to die to Maelstrom Pulse. So my plan here is to just play Stoneforge and find our sword. And if he plays some kind of discard, we have the other one still left in hand. If he hymns, maybe we have Jace. Sure. Still having that mire. I think the best play here is to put the sword in, equip it and attack, and I assume he has something, killing our dude, and if he does, we can follow it up with Jason the next turn and bounce this guy. So I'm gonna use this sword. Let's do it. One. I can block if he attacks and get counters. So I blocked the K. Right. Third one. Oh. Red-green. Ancient Grudge. Alright. You have an Ancient Grudge. Perfect. The good thing here, if the last card is, if the last card is Bloodbraid Elf and he draws a land, he can equip Jit on that. Otherwise, he will not be able to get the Jit going, so to speak. He needs another creature, and if he attacks, the Lava Master will die, and he'll have 2 counters. Doesn't do that much, so it kills off a couple of dudes. So we can follow it up with Jace and bounce the Lava Master. And it's at 7, so we can just bash souls at him. I assume he will kill Mystic. That's fine. So Mystic dies, we kill Liliana, and we play Jace. Sure. Okay, that's odd. He has a lightning bolt, perhaps. I think that's odd. So flashback Lingering Souls. Okay, so what do we discard here? Each player, so he doesn't have anything more than that. Discard one Mystic then, sure. I think we can attack him. Yeah. Sure. Even if you draw the Bloodbraid Elf and equip Jit, we have Batterskull to block. And right now I'm insured. Have insurance here for Liliana's +1 ability. I think we got him. Target player sacrifice creature. Okay, sacrifice this creature. Oh, I forgot about the ancient crush. That's bad. That's really bad. So playing and talking turned out to be pretty bad. We have Wasteland here and we can just kill Liliana now. I think, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. It's empty, so attack Lily, attack you. Great. It's fancy. Should have done that when he activated it and equipped, blah blah blah, but I'm a little low on time, so I'm not gonna do that. Equip, sure. So bounce, attack. Okay, so if he draws Liliana, we can discard this, and we have spells now to stop Confidant extra. We need some Engineer Plague or Maelstrom Pulse now, and even if he does, we have Jace. I'm gonna kill that if he plays another dude. So, sure. Great, sure. Just attack with tokens, and he's dead. Red Elemental Blast. He discarded that one, so we played quite well, even though we missed that grudge. Another case of click to shine, removing ancient grudge. I mean, I'm not gonna side whole package out. The deck relies on it too much. Could bring some more discard just to know what my plan is. But like you saw this game, I could dodge Red Elemental Blast being an issue quite well. Spellbomb. No, Circles doing that. Spell Pierce and discard is generally good, but his deck is not fast at all, so I rather don't play him, as it's a really bad top deck. Disenchant, I didn't see any chokes. Just have to keep that in mind when I fetch. You see, I have a lot of Plains, Swamp, 4 Wastelands, 2 Scrublands, and the 8 fetches for them. So okay with him playing choke. It's not like it's good, but it's not too bad either. No lands, it's mulligan. Ooh, I mean, if you discard us turn 1 and pitch the Brainstorm, it's not good, but I mean, we have 24 lands and we will find a white source eventually. I'm gonna keep this. Going down to 5 against John is not ideal. So, perfect. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do now. Brainstorm should be used with the fetch, obviously, but if I can play Stormford Mystic during my turn, I will be able to shuffle least one card away, and I will assume it's Batterskull. So let's see here. If you play Confidant, okay. Now we have to brainstorm. So what do we do here? I really want to play Mystic next turn, and I don't want to lose Batterskull. I'm happily losing that. So I put this on top, and then this on top of that, which means I will be able to play it next turn. I hope he doesn't hit Flooded Strand. Perish and Lingering Souls. I'm fine with that. So now I touch planes. Yeah. I have the Black Swords here. If he plays another Lingering Souls, maybe, yeah, perhaps I should have fetched Scrub down there. I think he has some kind of removal. I go for Jit. If he kills Mystic, I will be able to go with the Flashback Lingering Souls and Jit. Usually I fetch Batterskull, but when I have Lingering Souls and I assume Mystic is dead, I think it's better to go for Jit. Let's see here. So I think I have to go for Souls now. I would rather slow roll the Perish if I can, and I don't have swords, so there's no need to fake this. It would be obvious if we had it, since we would have killed the Shaman, I think. So now we're faking the Spell Snare. And next turn we will connect with Jit if he taps out and doesn't kill our flyers. So Sylvan Library, that's a good card, but it's a bit behind to use it like you cannot like draw inf cards with it. Okay. It smells bold, so I rather do I? Yeah. Post it, attack, and get Jit in there on this turn. We can also source of plowshares, wasteland, and then wait another turn and play Jit and equip, because Ancient Grudge need red mana. He currently doesn't have that. With the Sylvan Library, I assume we will find it, but it hinders the board development on his side if he digs for lands, and taking 4 damage is not something he will want when I'm attacking. So hope he taps out for Bloodbraid Elf, hits Tarmogoyf, and then we can just perish his hopes and dreams. Engineer play. Now we can perhaps figure out the power of Brainstorm, why people should play that, since we don't really have to draw the Lingering Souls anymore if we don't want to, if we find the Brainstorm Jace. Still faking the Spell Snare. So if I plow it. Share has it. There's no point not equipping here, since we will use it anyway and don't have any other place. So you might think we gain some tempo, but we would have done this anyways. Now, I think I'm gonna source the shaman. I have Parish too for his follow-up, unless it's Dark Confidant then. But I mean, it's quite. He only plays. He only has 3 lives, so yeah. I want to win with Jace, so limiting his development, playing only 1 spell each turn. Let me play my Jace game, bouncing his Soul Goy for forcing him to tap out for something, and so you can't Pyroblast Jace. And here comes Confidence. Sure. Grudge. So he has a bolt in hand. So. Perhaps we should have sideboarded Disenchant for those 2 cards. We didn't see them, so I don't really like to have them in my deck if they're dead top deck, like Spell Pierce, even Thoughtseize. Those cards are also good against the Plague in library. Somewhat good. So tapping out for Bloodbearers. Yep. So what do we do now? We still have Vatterska left, so we have to drag that Grudge out of here. And yeah, I assume he will start plussing Liliana. Souls doesn't do anything. Pass the turn. Plague. Also, perhaps an argument not siding the Disenchant in, since the other plagues of his deck is quite weak. He can name Wizard. I mean, that's not that good, but oh, he kills his own. Confidence, he can't do that. He can name Core just so I don't get JIT counters on my Mystic. That's weak. So if we have Disenchantment first, the next one will be good. And I'd rather just have the best top decks. Was a little unfortunate that they played Confident there. Oh, Ooze. Sure, so now we can Perish. I hope we don't draw Jace. That would be bad, since I have to discard him. But I have no choice but to Perish here. I can just play that one. No point of wastelanding anything. So we have 2 cards to dig us out of here. We have the Vatterskull and we have Jace. We do have to get rid of Dark Confidant though, and Liliana will be hard as well without Lingering Souls. Please play that. And And we have a 2-turn clock, so I will fetch my upkeep just to not drawing that land. I think. No, I'm dead. Could have drawn a brainstorm. Wanted my fetch.